Friday's powerful storms wreak havoc across eastern Wyoming and western Nebraska. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, officials say while the storms that battered our region spawned numerous and repeated tornado warnings, the vast majority of damage left in its wake was from wind and hail. Region 21 Emergency Manager Tim Newman says he joined National Weather Service staff on Saturday for a review of damage, which included confirmation that it was a tornado that destroyed a home east of 21st Century Equipment on the east edge of Scottsbluff. Carissa Shank with Firefighter Ministry says her organization has been meeting the immediate needs of the extended family of Shelley and Bill Wilson, who lost their home Friday evening. Shank says at this point, those wanting to help can best meet their needs by donating to their GoFundMe page. Newman says National Weather Service staff indicated much of the other damage, such as downed power lines, overturned irrigation pivots, damaged trees, and tree limbs, were caused by straight-line winds. The most significant damage monetarily, according to Newman, is likely to be due to the large, heavy hail that fell in several locations during the night. One of the largest structures to be damaged was the solar generation field at the Landers Soccer Complex. Newman says it's expected the financial impact of the storm will reach well into the millions once the tally is complete. Well, Western Nebraska Community College officials told the Board of Governors there will be some financial footwork needed to close a projected gap in preliminary projections of the general fund budget for the coming year. Last week, Vice President of Administrative Services Lynn Koski told the board using the existing budget as a base and only adding increases for existing services such as higher insurance, cost of the new building trades, and negotiated compensation, preliminary figures show a net increase of more than $1.2 million in expenses. To meet that figure, Koski said her initial revenue model shows a slight decrease in tuition income, and on property tax asking, a projected 10% valuation increase across the service area with no change in the tax levy.
That automatically is going to throw us into the joint public hearing scenario. And again, that's still about $583,000 deficit that we'll be working on in the next couple of weeks to resolve.
She said if the board decided to limit the property tax asking to 2% plus 0.5% for growth as they did last year, the joint meeting would be avoided, but the projected budget gap would then be around $1.4 million. She said right now it's food for thought and a project that would be worked on diligently with the new president, but more concrete numbers will become available once property valuations are certified. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Welcome back. More than 300 fentanyl tablets are off the streets, and 2 people have been arrested after Chadron police received a report of suspicious individuals in a car in front of the courthouse. A lieutenant made contact with 25-year-old Lauren Armstrong and 23-year-old Amanda Koger, who gave consent to a search. During a search of the vehicle, officers found 322 fentanyl pills, more than 7 grams of meth, and nearly 400 in cash. Armstrong was arrested for possession with intent to distribute fentanyl and possession of methamphetamine, while Koger was arrested for possession of fentanyl. Authorities say this investigation serves as a great reminder that if you see something suspicious, call your local law enforcement officials to take a look into it. Well, prosecutors have dropped a manslaughter charge against a California man charged with killing a Sydney woman stemming from a May crash in Cheyenne County. On Wednesday, County Attorney Paul Schaub dismissed the Class 2A felony manslaughter charge against Gurjeet Singh, but he will still have to answer to the charges of motor vehicle homicide and second-degree assault. The crash happened on May 5th when a Nissan Maxima eastbound on Old Post Road was hit broadside by a northbound semi on the 17J link. 48-year-old passenger Lori Weens was pronounced dead at the scene, while 2 16-year-old females were transported to the hospital for treatment. Troopers investigating determined that the semi driven by Singh had run a red light at the intersection. And the Safe Ride OTD project, now in its 11th year, is seeking drivers to volunteer their time and vehicle to offer safe rides home to people enjoying Oregon Trail Days during the Friday and Saturday events. The volunteer-fueled designated driving service was created as a means of keeping people and the Gehring streets safe through rider feedback over the years has reflected appreciation for the small-town hospitality to out-of-town visitors during the busiest weekend of the year. Interested volunteer drivers should try to attend an informational meeting set for 6:30 this evening or Thursday at 6:30 at the Monument Inn & Suites to learn more about the project. Drivers do not have to be available for both nights, but they do need to be 19 or older, drive their own car, have a valid license, and proof of insurance. If you're unable to attend, please contact organizer Lisa Betts Marquez at 672-1114.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
It's a take me out to the ball game time of year. We're checking sports here to open up the work week, and the Western Nebraska Pioneers, well, they were closing out a 2-game weekend set with the Australian select team at home yesterday. The Pioneers were 11-10 winners on Saturday. Here in this one, scoreless into the bottom of the second inning when the Pios put up a 5-spot. Cam Schneider started it with an RBI single. They played another on a hit by pitch, then a bloop shot into the short reaches of the outfield, get another on a walk, and then the final run scoring on a sacrifice fly. Now the next inning, still 5-0. Brad Halleck with a solo shot, his first homer of the season to make it 6-0 Pioneers. Halleck would hit a second homer a bit later on. He finished with 3 hits in the win. 3 pitchers combined to allow just 1 earned run and combined for 10 strikeouts. The Pioneers set to host the Fort Collins Force tomorrow night in a single 9-inning game. That'll start at 6:35. In Legion baseball over the weekend, the Wesco Zephyrs won a pair of games at the Alliance Tournament. A win over Sydney on Saturday, and then yesterday they beat the Alliance Juniors to close out the weekend. We'll have the Zephyrs hosting Alliance tomorrow night with the broadcast on the Trail starting up at approximately 7:15. That'll be the back end of a junior-senior doubleheader tomorrow night at Cleveland Field. The Gering seniors managed to get both in against Casper on Friday before the chaos arrived. Gering with a home game tomorrow against the Sheridan County Regulators. That'll be juniors and seniors. And then Wednesday, Gering with juniors and seniors game at Alliance. Jeff will head to Bauer Shanklin Field for the broadcast Wednesday night for a big one for Gering against Alliance. That'll be on KMOR. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the 10-day window for buying and discharging fireworks began on Sunday. So if you head on out to buy fireworks, you may be wondering what you can buy and when you can use them. Fireworks can be sold and discharged in Scottsbluff from now until July 4th. They can be discharged from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on the 4th of July from 8 a.m. to midnight. Now there will be police patrols out watching for those who discharge fireworks outside of the time frame. And you can also call and report the violations to the Communications Center. Sergeant Phil Eckerberg says all of the fireworks that are sold in Scottsbluff are inspected, but out-of-state fireworks are a no-no.
Otherwise, if you're buying your fireworks from a stand or fireworks retailer in Nebraska, you can rest assured that those are legal fireworks in Nebraska. If you go to another state, such as Wyoming, such as South Dakota, such as Missouri, then you'll be taking chances that you may be buying fireworks there that aren't allowed in Nebraska.
Sergeant Eckerberg also offers up some of these other tips of city laws and safety advice for anyone wanting to use fireworks this year. He and the entire Scottsbluff Police Department staff wants everybody to have a fun and safe 4th of July, but asks that everyone be considerate of those around you. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.